Hey YouTubers, Steven here. Today I'm going to show you a quick easy video on how to make donair sauce. Now donairs here in the Maritimes are huge, and this is going to be the recipe on how to make the sauce. It's very basic, very easy. All you need is evaporated milk. Don't get the 2%, get the evaporated milk because unfortunately you need the fat in order to thicken it. A little bit of garlic powder. Now, some restaurants use garlic powder, some don't. It's really your taste. In the restaurants that me and my wife have always worked in, we've always made it with garlic powder, including when we had our own pizza restaurant. Some regular granular sugar and white vinegar. I'm going to show you how to put this all together so you can put it on your donairs. It's great on garlic fingers as a dipping sauce, and you know, you could even use it on gyros, and gyros are not the same as donairs, but if you're not in the Maritimes and you're craving a donair, well, at least you'll know how to make the donair sauce to put on your gyros. So let's get started. Alright, now I got my cans open, I got everything ready. Now, strong warning, if you're diabetic, do not make this recipe, and you'll see why with all the sugar. So, the recipe's fairly easy. I'm making a fairly large one, so I'm using 3 cans of evaporated milk. And if you wanted to make a smaller batch, you can use 1 can of evaporated milk. And then you just basically cut all the recipe in by a third, or into thirds, and then go from there. So 3 cans of evaporated milk, and this is the one why I say not to use it if you're diabetic. 3 cups of sugar. Yes, it is sweet. Alright, there's our 3 cups of sugar. Now, generally with the garlic powder, just give it a little dust, a little sprinkle, and then basically you just mix up your sugar and your evaporated milk until all the sugar is dissolved. And once you feel like there's no sugar left scraping on the bottom, let this sit for a minute. What that'll do is if there's any sugar granules that are suspended, it'll let them go to the bottom, and you have to make sure that all the sugar is dissolved before we add the vinegar, and that's a special trick to the vinegar. So I'm gonna stir this up, dissolve it, and then we'll come back and add our vinegar. Okay, so I've got this all stirred up, it's all dissolved now, I don't feel any sugar in the bottom. Now here is the hard part about making the sauce. Okay, right now you can see how watery it is. Now, donair sauce typically is quite thick. So you got to start stirring, and you've really got to get the milk moving. Maybe I'll try it this way, it'll be a little easier. And then take your 1 cup of vinegar and you pour it in quickly. And as soon as it starts to thicken up, try and get all around the edges so that you get the vinegar mixed up as good as you can. And then slowly just turn the donair sauce with evaporated milk around just to make sure that you get it thickened. You don't want to stir too quickly at this point, because what will end up happening is it's going to get real watery, and you don't want that. Now, as you can probably see, this is getting quite thick. And that's it for donair sauce. Put it in the fridge, let it chill for a couple hours, and you'll really find it'll really thicken up. Now, if you wanted to make a smaller batch, 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 cup of sugar, and then 1/3 of a cup of vinegar. So it's real easy to scale it, whether you want to go with a bigger batch or a smaller batch, but that's basically the gist of it. Is 1 cup of evaporated milk, 1 cup of sugar, and then 1/3 of a cup of vinegar, and then you can increase it from there. And like I said, the garlic powder, you can try it to taste. You can put a little sprinkle in, or try it with no garlic powder and then try another batch with a little more garlic powder. But this is very easy to make, and like I said, on garlic fingers, this is awesome. So until next time, talk to you later.